Well, Brian, good morning. The role of the Department of Commerce traditionally has been to help U.S. businesses export their products around the world. But today, Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo will lay out an agenda focused on strengthening domestic manufacturing and incentivizing U.S. research and development. Plans she says will add $460 billion in growth and 1.5 million jobs. The first order of business is to stabilize supply chains. After months of investigation, she says the pandemic is still to blame for these bottlenecks getting worse.
We just shut down our economy. We came to a screeching halt overnight. And now you can't just flick a switch and expect the economy can be turned back on. There's disruption in the supply chain, in lumber, in building materials, in steel, in semiconductors, in across industries in the economy. Some of it will work its way out naturally. Others, like with semiconductors, require investments, so we quite simply make chips in America again. And how can money fix it? We need to incentivize companies to build factories in America, to build manufacturing facilities in America.
You've said aggressive action is needed to combat the chip shortage. What in your mind constitutes aggressive action that you can take?
Investing the $52 billion as quickly, efficiently, and impactfully as possible. We shouldn't be where we are. We took our eye off the ball. We watched manufacturing slowly move to Asia over time, and now we find ourselves in a vulnerable position with no leading-edge chips being made in America. We have to make investments now so that never happens again.
You've also said that you expect to use defensive tools like tariffs and export controls robustly. What is your view on whether the administration should refine and reauthorize tariffs on Chinese goods being imported here?
We need to make sure that China plays by the rules. They are not living up to the agreements that they made. They are every day using all kinds of unfair tactics to stop American companies from accessing the Chinese market. They are ripping off our IP. They are not playing by the rules. It's not a level playing field. And so we need to hold their feet to the fire to make sure that they do that. With export controls, this is an area where we really have to work with our allies. We have to work with our European allies to deny China the most advanced technology so that they can't catch up in critical areas like semiconductors.
Secretary Raimondo says she's working to get China to live up to its agreements to purchase Boeing planes and other goods under the Phase 1 trade deal, and she looks forward to meeting her Chinese counterpart eventually. But today she'll head to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to negotiate with European Union officials on tech and trade, where President Trump's legacy tariffs loom large. I asked her, when could levies on European steel and aluminum be removed or at least adjusted?
Our steel industry and our steel workers were greatly hurt by overcapacity of steel being dumped in America, mostly by China. So we're going to work as hard as we can to resolve 232, but we need to protect the steel industry in America, and we can't allow ourselves to be vulnerable to China dumping cheap steel into America or dumping it into Europe, which finds its way to America.